Tony, team news ahead of tomorrow night?
Yeah, disappointing. We picked up 3 quite significant injuries on Saturday. Seb Palmer-Holden is away for a scan. He's getting a scan tomorrow on his knee. He picked it up, landing on it, poor surface. And unfortunately, Antonio Portales and Clark Robertson. Antonio Portales is damaged his calf, and Clark's his hamstring. So disappointing coming away from Saturday's game. Obviously, not getting the result, but even more disappointing to lose three players with quite significant injuries.
How frustrating is that? More injury woes when you're trying to get a good run of form back.
Yeah, it is. Because we've got a period. We've had it quite a lot this season. We've been missing a lot of players, but we managed to get it back. And we only had 2 out in Billy Cometto and Scott Fraser. But now we again really important senior players. We've picked up significant injuries, so we'll just need to wait on the result of the scan. But listen, what that does is it presents opportunities for others. It gives opportunities to Scott Tiffany, Charlie Riley up top. We said been missing, and at the back, you've got young Aaron Donnelly and Ryan Astley. There's opportunities there for them as well. So that's the way I look at it. You can look at injuries, spin it any way you want, make it negative, make it positive. I'd prefer to look at the positives and see it's given opportunities to players within the squad that I've got great faith in.
All the makings tomorrow of a 6-pointer. How are you feeling ahead of it?
Yeah, good. There's been a good reaction for the players for Saturday. Obviously, there was a disappointment there. Getting up, and I felt the opposition played the conditions better. I thought the pitch was really poor, but they played that better than us. So we came away from that disappointed. Because we're focusing on every game. As a cup tie and trying to do all we can to win it at this stage of the season. So, but once we recover from that, analyse it, it's full focus on the game at Motherwell. We've done well this season down at Fir Park with a 1-0 win down there. And we've done well at home, a 4-1 victory as well. So we're hoping we can cap that off and make it 3 wins against them.
How would you sum up you mentioned the cup final there. How much would you sum up the importance of this game tomorrow night?
I think it's not just this game. I think we've said it. The players are aware of that going into the last, you need to treat it as cup football. You need to make sure that you do everything you can to win the games. So it's no more priority than others. It's just the next game. I keep saying it. My line is that the most important game is the next game, and the next game is Motherwell away, and we'll endeavour to do all we can and make sure that we execute a game plan that gives us every opportunity to win the match.
You mentioned the 1-0 win last time you played Motherwell, and a clean sheet. Obviously, how far would one of those go for you?
Yeah, listen, it would be great. It would be great, and you see with the way the pitches are just now, sometimes it's a bit winning ugly as well, and that's something that we need to do better. We need to learn from it. Something we didn't do at the weekend, and as I say, when you see the pitches and the conditions some of them are in at the moment, then it's important that you maybe play the conditions a little bit better. So yeah, we'll be endeavouring to do that as a team. We'll be doing all we can to try and keep that clean sheet and go back scoring goals again. I thought Simon got off the mark again yesterday with a fantastic goal, so hopefully we can see a run of goals coming from him.
Obviously the players will be keen to get a result anyway, but given that Motherwell are just that 4 points ahead, how much extra incentive do you think that offers them?
It's all, getting into this stage of the season, it is the business end. You look at how tight still the league is, with teams just running about us, just above us, so there'll be movement, and we're hoping there's movement before the weekend, that if we can accumulate the points we want, the league will look a lot healthier, and we'll be in a position then we're going into a cup tie against Hearts on Friday night to get to a semi-final. So listen, I've been involved in this game long enough to know you just need to remain focused. You need to keep faith and belief in the process and make sure that you work hard towards it. And I've got a dressing room behind me and a group of staff behind me that we're all making sure we do that.
How are the players feeling at the moment?
Good. There's obviously, you get the setback of the injuries, but what it does is it galvanises the players. And I've now, the real pleasing thing is I've got good experience in there. I've got Joe Shaughnessy back training fully with the squad. I've got Trevor Carson, who are brilliant personalities. I've got Simon Murray and good experience in that dressing room alongside your Lyle Camerons and good talented young players. So there's a good blend there, and there's a good feeling from them. That there was an anger and a frustration from not doing all we can to win matches. But the best thing about this industry, this sport, is that you've got another opportunity just coming up tomorrow night, and that gives us the chance, as I say, to try and take these opportunities and get us into that position we want to be in.
You're coming up against a team with a new management platform in place. You have the benefit of having seen Motherwell probably playing at the weekend against your near neighbours, Dundee United. Do you feel you were able to see the changes that are in Motherwell, even in that one game? Do you feel there's a change there that you're going to come up against?
I think it's difficult, and I'm sure their manager will say that as well. It does take time. Obviously everybody knows you get that first manager, that first couple of games bounce, but you know, it's important that you do need time to implement your strategy and the way you want to set your tactics out. So I did watch the game against Dundee United, and I did see, you know, subtle changes that they've made to the team, and I'm sure they'll be endeavouring to do that, you know, for this match as well. But, you know, my focus has to be fully on my team. You know, there's a new manager in place at Motherwell. He'll implement his ideas, but it's important that I make sure that I get my ideas across to our team and make sure we do everything we can to give ourselves a chance of picking up 3 points.
You've been scoring plenty of goals this season, but it just seems sometimes that the back's letting you down a little bit. Has there been extra work going in that area this week?
Listen, it's not for the want of, you know, we've been losing a lot of goals, set plays, second phase, and it's something that we work on, you know, and it's something that we'll always do as a club. I say that even in the really good times here, I've always said that we don't get too far ahead of ourselves, we don't get too up or we don't get too down, but it's important that you trust the process, and that's what we do here. You know, we still work the same way. We analyse every performance individually and collectively, and we make sure that we work on training to try and negate any of the weaknesses that we've got and make sure that the strengths that we have in the team, we try and bring them to the fore. And it's another game tomorrow night where we've analysed our opponent as best we can, and we'll be trying to do all we can to, you know, bring our strengths to the game and make sure that we're very aware of what the opposition can do to us. But it's very much all about us.
When you've got a player like Simon Murray that can pull that sort of thing out of his hat for that goal that he scored up in Dingwall, you know, does that make things sort of easier when you've got an experienced player that has that in their back pocket to do it?
Of course it does. And listen, there's great belief, faith, trust in all the players in that dressing. They're all different. You know, Simon's a goal scorer, and it, you know, affects Simon when he's not scoring goals. But you see him when he scores goals. You know, he's a confident boy anyway. But when he scores goals, he seems to go and runs, and that's what he'll be hoping for, you know, come this period now. And he's done it. You know, he's done it for the club. He's been brilliant for the football club. But there's a lot of other ones in there. You know, and this is when, you know, you rely on your, not just your good footballers, but your good characters. And I've got good people in there. You know, really good people that we're all doing our best. You know, to make sure that we can, you know, we're going through a little period now. We've not won a game for a wee while. So it's important that we focus on what we can do to turn that round. And the best opportunity we've got is tomorrow night at Fir Park, and we'll be doing all we can to make that happen.
Going to the other end of the park, obviously you've been using 2 different goalkeepers recently. Is there you know, likely to be changes there, or is that going to stay as it is? Or? Again,
I mean, I wouldn't reveal that now, but it's competition for places, which I'm very big on, as you know. I think any success that you can get is based on real competition, but healthy competition. And I see the way the goalkeepers work; they've got a real healthy respect for one another, and that's really important as well. So, no, for me, I just want to make sure that there remains that competition throughout the squad, be it goalkeeper, be it striker, but obviously with the injuries coming in now, what it has done is it's presented opportunities that players will maybe feel they didn't get previously. So it's now up to them. You know, that there is a time when you do say to the players, there's an opportunity for you to step up and make sure you take the chance to play in the team, be part of a winning team, and keep yourself a place in that winning team. So that's kind of where we are now, and I'll be looking for that reaction from players.
We've talked all season about the atmosphere that's created within the dressing room, basically, here being so positive and so good. Has that helped on this run that you're on, having that kind of build up with the players that are just naturally so positive?
I think that's really important, and I think that does then come into your kind of strategy in terms of recruiting people. It's not just the footballers, it's in times when you really need, you know, there are times with adversity previously in the season when we had real bad injury problems, you know, we were really down at the bare bones, but you've seen how we came through that, and we came through that with resilience, with mentality, with spirit, and it's the same just now. You know, yeah, we've just lost 3 significant injuries have just happened there, so it's into the squad again now and make sure that as a squad, meaning staff and players, how we deal with that. And we've illustrated that before in the past, that we've done that, you know, and it's time to do it again.
Tell us a bit about ahead of tomorrow night then, how morale is in the squad. Obviously a tough run recently, but a big game tomorrow night that you'll all be hoping you get a result from.
Yeah, the morale's good. We reflected, analysed the Ross County game, and now it's all about looking forward to tomorrow night and putting a few things right, I think, from all of us.
A football cliche, but it really is a 6-pointer. It's got all the makings of it. Obviously Motherwell just 4 points ahead, but how much with them just in front, they're within your sights, how much are you keen to go and catch up and close that gap a bit?
Yeah, we know as a team that we can get a good run of form going, but it starts by just going back to basics and everything. and tomorrow night we're going to go without a game plan, and we're going to stick to it and hopefully come away with the 3 points. Yeah.
Dundee scoring a fair amount just now, but also conceding a lot as well. How important is it to improve at both ends of the pitch, really?
Yeah, definitely. We do need to keep it tight at the back. It's easy to say, obviously. We're going to do that, and we can show that. Yeah, we know with the attackers we've always got goals in us, so it's up to us to make sure we're not having to score 3 or 4 to get a win.
How much does Motherwell's form come into this? Obviously, they're in a poor run of form as well. Are you thinking about that, or are you focused on your own and your own form and sort of turning that around?
No, we're just focused on ourselves. Obviously, look, we've looked at what they're good and where their weaknesses are, but tomorrow night is all about us showing up, right character, and just looking forward to the games. As I said, to put a few things right.
How does a midweek game under the lights differ from one at a weekend? Is obviously Motherwell with their poor form just now, I imagine it'll be loud at Fir Park, but how does it feel as a player going into a midweek game under the lights?
To be honest, I love a game in the week under the lights. I've always have. There's just something about it compared to a Saturday 3 o'clock. But no, more noise. Look, we enjoy that. That's what we play football for, to the fans.
You're facing up against a team. You said you've done your preparation and things on it, but they've got a new manager, so that might mean that things work out slightly differently. Have you got a plan B if they don't turn out the way you think they're going to turn out?
Yeah, you've got to always adapt in the game. Sometimes things change in games where, as a team, you've got to be able to react and adapt to it. That's going to be the same. If something changes and we not prepared for it, we'll be ready on the pitch to get around each other, change, and yeah.
Very important, is it, just to focus on one game at a time, especially when things haven't been working out so well. So has that been difficult to do, just concentrate on the one level, one game at a time, or do you keep looking forward to think, well, we've only got 6 games left now?
No, it's next game's always the most important. On the training pitch, wherever that is, or just around the place, we all know next game's vital. We're looking forward to it. It'll be a good game, and we're all looking forward to it.
Certainly the games with Dundee and Motherwell before have been exciting games to watch. You're not expecting anything different tomorrow night, no?
No, hopefully it's a good game for everyone, but mainly we need the 3 points, and that's what we're going there for.
How have things been since the weekend? Because, again, played very well and pretty disappointing, obviously, the result that came out. You've had that a few times this season. Yeah,
it's disappointing, obviously, after losing any game of football. It was a tough one, but we've got great lads in the change room, like the Trevs, Joe, who, as myself, I'll listen to always. And you need people like that in the change room, and we've definitely got that. So moving forward, we're in a good place.